Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, awesome. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I just had
Good, Fong. How are things going out in the California Republic?
right. Same old, same old. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little I know there's like tons of rallies everywhere, but not here. There's no rallies in LA.
I bet.
Which is bizarre to me because I thought there would be more. Um, but it is. I'm taking care of myself and doing what I need to do and hoping for the best.
Good. You're looking stellar. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I got up early because I had a Phiron friend visitor this weekend, and I had to take her to the
What?
airport this morning. Yeah, Natasha came in on early Saturday morning and then just left this morning, and we finally got to meet live and hang out and just spend
Oh, very
really
cool.
quality time together at the beach and farmers markets, and it was just really wonderful
Oh,
to
that's
finally
awesome.
connect with a new friend through you, really. um
Wow.
yeah, it was great. It was really great. So
That's
she's on a
awesome.
plane right now flying back to New York. She went to Mount Shasta first.
Ooh, Shasta's a
Yeah,
nice spot. Yeah.
I met up with some people there and then flew down here for 2 days really quick.
Well,
So
very cool. So I'm
yeah.
going to pull up the Firon pledge. We are live streaming now. I've figured that bit out, and then we'll start and go through the process. And I've got a bunch of stuff going on today. So I pledge my mind to the respectful recognition of the sovereign liberty essential to human dignity. I pledge my hands to the creation and maintenance of communal, cultural, and ecological prosperity. I pledge my eyes to watch over the integrity of truth and justice with acceptance of the natural balance of diversity and equality. I pledge my heart to the connection that binds all of us throughout creation, and I pledge my whole being with humility and love to the grateful service of all sentient beings and human consciousness. And I will duly act in accordance to the principles derived from this wisdom. Welcome, everybody. This is the Fireside Chat, Monday, October 4th. It is 11:11 right now, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to go through a little bit of updates. Some of it's the same as last week, but for all the new folks who are watching. And then we'll go through some community discussion and do a prayer and bounce, because I have a lot of work to do today. So let me check out the chat first. Hello, all. What's up, Dan? Let's see who we got participants. Looks like I know everybody here. Okay, very cool. So on the side of Firon, we did land a licensing contract for a Native American tribe, and they want to use Firon as their lending app. So we'll create a cryptocurrency for them to do automated lending, and also monetize their debt with a cryptocurrency. So that's a huge deal. I spoke with our regulation guy, compliance guy, and he's filing our paperwork for officially with the SEC, which is also very exciting. It helps me to go through all of these wins that we've had, because sometimes I just get kind of despondent just seeing the way that things are going with the world, and I'm like, oh, are we going to actually make a difference? So yeah, the tribe signed a licensing contract. Another one's coming on. And we're doing their online casino and all of their cryptocurrency casino stuff. I mean, that's like, that's $25 million a quarter, basically. So that's very exciting. Then we also have on the biofuel side, we're doing a huge project with the White House, hopefully, where they have all of this money for infrastructure, and we have solutions that can get us off oil, fossil fuels, really, like by growing hemp. And the hemp, we have a number of different verticals to take it and use it in a variety of different ways, including building materials, water remediation, as well as fuel and jet fuel. And we already have offtake agreements with an airline company that will buy all the fuel. So it's like easy funding there. And we're just putting together the proposal. And that's a lot of what I need to work on today. I also have a friend coming in from Hungary. And so there's like a 3-hour window right in the middle of the workday where I have to go and see him and spend some time with him. So I'm putting the proposal together for the biofuels, which actually works for 2 different organizations. And we have funding for both of them set up. So we're still in the very same kind of situation, holding pattern. We're like, I'm doing all of this work and getting all of the proposals together. On the back end, a lot of corporations are being set up and funds are being set up to bring the funds into Firon. And we also have, I'm going to Dubai at the end of this month. I was invited to meet the Sheikh of the United Arab Emirates, because they got a hold of one of our Firon government projects decks and were like, this is what we need. So I said, hell yeah, I'll come out and visit you. And it also turns out that the representatives from the Kuwaiti government, Bahraini government, and the Saudi government will be there as well to meet with me. And they're very keen on having this be an opportunity for them to have a central banking system where they can do distributions, taxation, and all of this stuff. Very exciting shit. I'm already feeling better. Let's see, what else? Oh, let me check a text real quick, and that'll remind me. I got invited to join the Miami DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and Miami Coin, and they have a dream of having Miami Coin be attached to World Coin, which is essentially Earth credits, and they really like us, and they said, why don't you pitch? We have like $10 million sitting in an account run by the DAO. Why don't we pitch Firon as the solution, and then we can fund you? So that's also a very exciting proposition. Stuff is happening on the sensors side that is really exciting. Somebody also said, yes, we want the sensors and we want to fund you. Dubai trip, yep. And investment status. New deck. Okay, so that's it. The Fire token, we're launching our filing our Reg D. I spoke with our lawyers out in Dubai, who happen to be in Dubai, and I'm going to be meeting with them as well. And we're on track to the issue with a Reg CF, which is a crowdfunding thing. There's a couple things about that. 98% of crowdfunding fails. 98% of it. Somebody says we need 5 million, and then they don't hit it. People say they need 1 million and they don't hit it, because crowdfunding is very small niche, and you can only use regulated crowdfunding platforms, like WeFunder and stuff like that. And to date, nobody's done a successful, at least that I know, a successful coin raise. However, we have enough people in our community that we think we could hit at least 100,000 in terms of a Reg CF, which gives you all and all of our early adopters and people that are in the Firon community a chance to get a significant amount of Fire tokens when that paperwork goes through. We also, and this is kind of what I wanted discussion today about, is we've got the volunteer crew and of community managers who will start posting on Firon and sharing to other networks and just starting engaging. We're working on some structure in the back end. I want to get rid of the so-and-so did this today, so-and-so did that, simply because I feel like it's not actually conductive or conducive unless we start. But here's the issue. It's like, if we start paying people in Fire tokens for doing those things, there's no true vetting way to see. Like, you could say, I take a picture of my meditation space and then say, I'm happy to do that on a trust basis. But the discussion I want today, and hopefully everybody here can add some ideas, thoughts, and perspectives, is how can we start getting you guys Fire tokens for doing things? Can we start doing live community events together? And how do we structure that? What does that look like? And then, should we just pay people for doing the things that they're doing in the app? Because if so, then a friend of mine would be really stoked about joining the app as well. And she's got like a huge yoga community. So before we get into all that, does anybody have any questions about the Fire token, Firon in general, or any of the things that I've shared so far? I'm going to look at the chat. This is beautiful news. Yes. I know little to nothing about digital currency. That's okay. I'm aware that there's a digital wallet, physical one. What equipment would be compatible? So the equipment, the apps that will be compatible are Trust Wallet and MetaMask. And I made videos, but they were more about how to actually, they would be appropriate. I should post those. I didn't, because we were going to do the coin launch, but then I was like, I don't want to go to jail. So we're doing it in the right way now. And so I should post those soon. I maybe shoot a new one, and I'll do it in baseline character, right? I don't think he has a name, but we should all name him at some point. Oh, I guess it's me, really. All right, I'm rambling. Any questions? Let's see if we've got any new folks in here. Nope, looks like everybody's been. If anybody hasn't been here before, if you'd please introduce yourself, where you're from, and what your superpower is. But I think everybody's been here. All right, then any questions? Dad's iPhone left real quick, so maybe that was them. Fire tokens. Is that a question, Tara?
No, it was a suggestion because it came out as paired tokens. I was suggesting fire tokens for writing
Holy shit.
affidavits in support of the writs of mandamus per, for what Tori is working on.
Oh my God, that's a great idea. That is, first of all, I'm really stoked that everybody's saying you patriot shit now in her chat, which is really cool. And I know that there are some people in our chat who are like, yo, all the Tory folks have showed up and I'm personally thrilled about it. I think what we need to do as communities, because there's like the Freedom Cells, there's Tory, there's all these different groups, and we need to kind of coalesce behind a positive, synergistic vision that we can all find a place in, right? I just happen to think it's fire on, but maybe it's not. I love the idea of paying Tory's people in fire tokens. Let me text her right now. 1 second.
I'm also meeting with my Freedom Cell group to do these affidavits, together as an affidavit party.
That's amazing. I am so thrilled to hear you doing that.
Thank you, sir.
What are the affidavits?
Justin. Oh, please, Tara, tell her.
Oh, hey, Tori. I was just suggesting to Xavier that we do fire tokens for writing our affidavits in support of the writs of mandamus that you're waiting for the end of the week, and for whatever else that comes up in the future. So we could do more patriotic shit and support fire on, get fire tokens circulating.
Yes,
Oh, cool.
yes, I love that idea. And also perhaps like if we do like beach cleanups or community soup kitchen type events as Fire On Community, like let's send everybody t-shirts who want to do that, pick a person in each location who says I want to do a thing, and then support them in advertising and marketing shirts and whatever equipment they need, and then also paying them in fire tokens for organizing these things.
I want to organize flash mobs getting out the word for Fire On too. And I mean, and Tori says, I mean, it could just be a total patriot shit party.
Yep.
And I mean, and to do something like that, it'd be really cool if I could have like quick videos or something of that you and Tori would want to be out in an event like that. Like I can get a van or something and a big screen TV, and we just have like something with you guys addressing the crowd as we're trolling through the neighborhood. I know you got a lot on your plate, but that's something that I have wanted to talk to you about when the time is right.
I love that idea. That would be really cool. I bet we could get some other folks involved too, and just have like roving vans with messages of freedom.
Yeah, it's so I started a thing in Ashland. We're calling it Pop-Up Happy Dance. And we just kind of show up in a spot. There's a little bit of loose choreography that's easily duplicatable.
Yeah.
And so that what happens is that it's not an exhibition. It's a come and get your sillies out with us. So there's room for freestyle. There's room to join in on the choreography. Some of us carry signs. I have signs like hugs are healthy, love is greater than fear, happiness is a choice. So I'm encouraging things like that so that we can we can just take a little bit of focus off the doom and gloom, and let's focus on a solution.
Dear
And
God, thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. It's going really well. And you know, like, I have some Fire On swag that I'll wear. My boy has one of your shirts, and like, and I would love to take those Fire On chips with the QR code that we got at
Yes.
the, yeah, I would want to just like hand those out to people, so people are like, what's Fire On? And I can just hand it to someone, and then also maybe make a big poster, like a sign that has the QR code, so that people can then scan it there as well.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have my email?
Your personal email? No, I'll hit you in a Telegram to remind you to send it to me.
Yes, because there's a lot of things, right? So I want to make more of those chips. I can get you the QR code. Putting together, I love the chips, and we're down to our last 200 of them. I'm gonna order some more. That makes sense. I wonder if they'll be here in time for Dubai. They'll be here in time for Dubai. I'm gonna do that. Let me put that on my to-do list.
And I've got a Fire On fan here. His name's Raphael in Ashland, and he's familiar with my pop-up happy dances, and you know, my presence in the community, and he's all
Yeah,
about joining and moving it along, helping with both of our missions.
that's amazing. Yeah, that's super inspiring. Very cool. So if Tori responds, then I want to figure out a way to get fire tokens. A way to galvanize people, and if we can pay people in fire tokens to do this, hell yeah.
Right on.
All right, so I need to make a video.
And this is something that could be duplicatable too. Like, this is something that
correct.
that the Fire On pop-up happy dances or whatever, they sprout. It could be like a template for it, and they sprout up all over the world. That would be awesome.
Yep, I'm saying that right now on website. Have a contact, because down at the bottom of the website there's still a thing that says, if you want to get involved, we're going to start doing bounties, and that's what this is. So like, yeah, you want a couple hundred fire tokens, go do something fucking cool.
Right on. Bounties, that's baller. Love it.
Yeah, thanks, Tara, you're amazing.
My pleasure. You're amazing-er.
You're amazing in Nest. All right, other folks, any ideas? I definitely rock a Fire On decal on my back windows. Okay, I'll make some fucking window stickers. All right, this is great. Let me look at these chat. I just moved to target its needs. I want to explore the idea of gaining children, parents who don't want them masked at school, and start small groups of people to kick up community projects, help the kids learn on the way too. I love that, Maya. I was exploring. So Maya, if you are into the idea of engaging parents who don't want their kids masked at school, I really do recommend getting on Tori's chat, because that's literally what all of them doing. It's all of these, for the most part, empowered females who are just like, fuck this, and they're using every resource at their disposal legally to do this and engage and push back and say, no, you cannot mask our children. No, you cannot fire our teachers. No, you cannot fire our healthcare workers. And they're writing these things called writs of mandamus. Tara, do you know exactly what a writ of mandamus is in a way that you would be able to explain it?
Not intelligently, really. So my understanding is the writ of mandamus is, in very unintelligent terms, coming to the governor of the state with basically a list of grievances and I guess I could say requests or demands. But a writ of mandamus cannot stand on its own, neither can an affidavit. So one person, one representative from the state submits a writ of mandamus, this demand to the state, i.e.
Which is
you,
basically just a demand saying you need to do what you were founded to do and stop with all this other bullshit. That's
right.
that's in like, you know.
And then, but then a writ of mandamus really doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't get more people behind you writing affidavits. And affidavits are statements of facts in chronological order of how the current ruling of the governor or whatever
Is unconstitutional or whatever.
is and how it has affected your life. Like what has it done? It's cost you your income, it's cost you your marriage, like whatever, but very, very factual.
Yeah.
It's and the more affidavits that are behind the writ of mandamus, and the less able they are to ignore us. And so far, I think Tory's got 38 states that have submitted. I think 38.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, that have submitted their writs of mandamus. And so now, like someone from each one of these states have stuck their neck out to do this mandamus. And now it's the least that we can do as citizens to do our affidavits.
File the affidavits.
And support that
now,
person.
what I haven't seen is like one web page that says, this is what you do this now, send it to these addresses, you know, like,
okay.
Like it's hard, like I love Tori, but it's hard to find, you know, next steps because there's so many chats. And so, by the way, everybody out there, her audience has started their own chats for their own regions. It's kind of like the Freedom Cells. Like I want to do this with Fireon, where we all have our regions and we start activating through the app and start getting, you know, these pop-ups that you're talking about, the dance mobs, the flash mobs. And easily disseminating next action steps. If you're fucking interested in saving your country and or civilization and you know, self-determination and freedom, then, you know, here's your to-do action item list. Real easy shit.
So for the affidavits, there are channels, Tory channels per state.
Yep.
And at least, you know, I'm in Oregon, and the person that's kind of assisting Tory for the state of Oregon has created pinned messages that are very explicit, like what to do. So the thing is that with Tory, you know, there are moments of being lost. There's moments of I don't know what's going on, and that's okay, because eventually the information solidifies, and now the next step does eventually surface, but you got to keep an eye out for it. And if you get lost, you just kind of pop up on the channel and you're like, what do I do next? But what I would suggest anyone to do is to go to the Tory Says chat and say, hey, I'm from state XYZ. Where's my state channel? And surely, and then if you don't get a response right away, just keep putting that up, because the thread moves swiftly.
Dude, we'll pay people for writing their affidavits.
Yes. I'll be getting a team together this week. I think they need them notarized and probably scanned and emailed to her, because it's too late to snail mail, I think. By Thursday
no.
or Friday.
So, I'm sorry, Tara, somebody hacked my Zoom account last week. And I've been going through this process with Zoom. I only have a free account at this point. I paid for it, but I have to get that upgraded. And so this is going to end in like 10 minutes. I want the two people have their hands up, and I want to make sure that we get to them. It looks like Angelina and Jeff were first. You guys want to go ask your question, and then Tom, you're next. Thank you, Tara. By the way, I love you so much. DM me, okay?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So I think that's a really good idea of giving out fire tokens for like actual action in the real world kind of thing. I think that's more the line we should be taking. I mean, I do some meditation stuff, and like I get up with the sun, and but like I'm not gonna log that every day on an app. I barely have internet connection as it is. So I think it's a real good idea to like so we joined the Tory Says Idaho group, and we met up with them last week. And yeah, mostly empowered women, awesome group of people.
Right.
I think that's the kind of people that should be like getting a reward, like in the new type of economy that's being created for action that should be taken in the world. So I'll get short,
Yeah.
but I think that's fantastic. Oh yeah, on the 13th, the UN is apparently showing up in Coeur d'Alene. So if anyone's in the area or like has some clout or whatever on Twitter or something, I don't know. The UN apparently is going to be showing up here to talk about why we should all be wearing diapers on our face. So we're going to show up for that. You're welcome to if you want, anyone. So anyways, have a good one.
Well, thanks, brother. Bye, Angelina. Appreciate you guys. Next, Tom.
All right, real quick, just circling back to talking about schools, freedom, kids, that sort of thing. I'm from Flushing, Michigan, outside of Flint. It concerned mom who was kind of leading the rally for freedom at the kids not wearing masks to school, or freedom of choice, was pointed to me. I mean, I thought about it for an hour. I called her back with 2 ideas that I'm going to share with you. Number one is, on October 31st, they call it Halloween. You'll have kids trick or treating. The trick is, instead of handing out candy this year, you can make little, business size cards and hand out information on freedom. If you're into masks, on masks. If you're into, non-vax, and the non-vax. So in Flushing, she's spearheading these little cards that'll have like a QR code on it, and talk about, the school system and the school board not mandating masks and giving the freedom. And then
That's brilliant.
when parents come trick-or-treating in the community and they see, every fifth house isn't handing out candy this year, or you can do both. They're handing out these cards, both putting them in the kids, trick-or-treat bag and handing them directly to the parents. Because why not hit them when they're coming to your door instead of you trying to go and find them in the community? That's number one. And I'll just throw this out here. In Michigan, they have what's called
just real quick, Tom. That idea is fucking brilliant. Like I just posted. I'm gonna make either like a pocket constitution and give it out on Halloween's, or like a business card with like, you have the right to divinity and freedom in all of these ways. That's awesome. Go ahead with your next one.
Oh, well, I'll finish by saying this on that. I co-host a podcast called The Riley Report, and we interviewed Del Bigtree was our guest 2 Wednesdays ago. So Del Bigtree is the host of The High Wire. He's probably, in the top 12 leaders in the movement. And we proposed that to him so that he could pass it on to his community as well. Because, yeah, it makes so much sense. And it just was kind of a spur of the moment as I was walking around the block.
Cool. We probably have 3 minutes left.
I'm going to do this in 2 seconds. In Michigan, there's what's called a school count day. The first Wednesday in October is the butts in the seats is how they do their budget. So in our community, in our area, we told people, if you want to hit them where it hurts, hit them in their budget. If you don't like their vaccination policies in the schools or the max, don't send your kids to school on school count day, and they'll lose $1,000 a kid type of thing, unless they want to work with you.
That's brilliant.
So I'll post my interview with Del Bigtree in the chat, and thank you for your time. Aloha.
Yes, please do. Much love, brother. Aloha to you. And by the way, Dan Demand, I love it. Fire on quests, better than bounties. I love that. All right. Does anybody have anything burning and that they want to say? Anything that they want to comment on or question? We have probably like 2 minutes. All right, then. I love you all. We're going to do a quick prayer. Creator of the universe, thank you so much for these beautiful people and all of this inspiration. You know how my heart is and what I want, and I want goodness for the world and for all of the future generations, and all balance and equity. Thank you so much for these folks and their bright shining lights, and thank you for these ideas, and help me implement them in a good way and overcome the challenges that we face so that we can build your kingdom on earth. Amen. Aho. Love you guys.
Aho. Aloha.
Oh, Tom, put that interview in the Fire on Telegram as well, and on the app, okay?
You got it.
Because this is going to disappear in just 2 seconds.
I can't get in.
You made my day. You made my day. I'm
You
so
too.
excited. Love you so much, Xavier.
Love you guys.